Yo, hello, everybody. We are live. So, thank you so much for tuning in. First of all, um, let's say hi to a few folks tuning in the chat. We had to relaunch. I caught myself and then somebody else caught it. But so the thing about using Ecamm, when you launch and you set up your events, all your events there. So if you don't pick the right event and you just launch, it's going to go to your just scheduled now. So whatever that is. So me, like a dumbass, went live and did not pick the right one, but Ben caught it. I caught it too because I watch and monitor my LinkedIn from a separate laptop, and I said, "Holy shit, I'm not going on the right one." But hello, Ben. Hello, Billy. Hello, Travis. Christopher G. Johnson. I will be on his show Wednesday, guys. If you want to go check that out, I'm sure we're gonna have a wonderful conversation. So definitely looking forward to that. Jordan Thomas in the house. Mr. Anthony Reed. Thank you. Joshua, thank you for showing up. Joshua has been, it does remind you of a little bit of the Home Depot intro. So, anyway, Joshua has been joining us in the LinkedIn audio events that my guest Friday has, Dennis Layden. So, if you check him out, and yes, welcome to the Pirate broadcast and the Pirate community, folks. So what is good, everybody? We are here, and this is Unfiltered Live. So thank you so much for tuning in, number one. So if you're not following the hashtag, please go check out our hashtag, Unfiltered Live. Follow it there. We're going to put all our posts and everything we have to do out there. So we're also creating micro content, and I'm also going to be turning this into a podcast probably by the end of week 2. So I wanted to at least have it about 10 episodes in, which shockingly enough, in 2 weeks, you already have 10 episodes if you're doing this every day. So it's kind of nuts. But yes, we will be putting out this as a podcast. So we're just going to be taking the interview part of this, putting a nice little bumper in the beginning, a little nice intro, outro, that sort of deal. So we're going to turn this into a podcast, but I'm pretty sure you guys here are here for more than just me. But if you're going to check us out, please, if you're not following me already, go check me out on LinkedIn. And of course, we are trying to build our YouTube channel, and apparently my YouTube overlay is not working, but that's okay. We will just work through it. But anyway, if you're going to check us out on YouTube, please go to the Gabe Liu Experience on YouTube. You can like and subscribe to our channel. We are putting, again, our micro content over there, the live streams. So if you hit the notification bell, it'll let you know whenever we are live, whenever we schedule new lives, and whenever we drop new video on the channel. So go check us out on YouTube, please. If you have not, go over there and head now. And we also want to give a shout out to the sponsors of the show, and big love to the Inky Black team for creating not only my logo, but we're working on merch, folks. So yes, there will be there will be tornado merch. So, and are you watching? Yes, that is the whole idea. So I have 2 other of my favorite streamers who were in an interview together not too long ago, and earlier this year, I believe. So yes, we are watching that out, and thank you so much. Go check me out on MeTube. Yes. And yes, Mr. Carl Sean Watkins, be looking for your invites, just so you know. You will be getting one. I am booked already for August. I am already starting to fill up the booking for September. So we are getting to a point where everything is going to be getting pretty full pretty soon. So if you have an invite and I've sent you one, I know I have 100 slots, or now it's going to be down to 90. I know I still got 94 slots to do, but we're going to be filling up September pretty quickly. So the rest of the slots for this month are already full. Just so you know who we have lined up for the rest of the week. Tomorrow we will have Dan Mott on. So Dan is a LinkedIn sales coach, but he also hosts a live stream called Just Another LinkedIn Live. Love the name of it. He will be on tomorrow evening. Wednesday, we have Mr. Kevin D. Turner, guys. So if you want to know what is happening on LinkedIn, you have to go check that out. And do not check out my exactly. There's a reason that link is not shared, only for the private DMs and for my OnlyFans page. So that is for, yeah, so we have our merch coming out pretty soon. And then apart from that, Thursday, we are having Miss Jillian Whitney on. I am excited to have a conversation with Jillian. She's another live stream creator, host of her own live stream show. So I have a lot of live streamers this week. And then Sven, I don't want to get his name wrong, so don't shoot me. Hold on just a second. I'm going to pull it up again. So let me make sure I'm not getting it wrong. There we go. Munchhow, Munch. So Sven is going to be talking on Friday. He's going to be here, and we're going to be talking about TikTok and how to monetize TikTok, which he does very, very well, and he teaches others how to do that. So he will be on the show Friday, and he will be wrapping up another week. So again, tomorrow, Dan Mott will be on. Wednesday, Mr. Kevin D. Turner. So if you want to learn anything that has to do with about LinkedIn, awesome. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Maryland, Daniel Hall. And then, again, Thursday, Miss Jillian Whitney, and then Friday, Sven Munchow. So hope you guys get to tune in and catch one of these awesome guests who will be tuning in, who will be on the show, this following week. And yes, there's it again. What's cooking, folks? But anyway, let's say a little love and a little word from our sponsors, folks. So if you want to be a sponsor, please reach out to me. We do these every night, so you're going to get lots of eyes on you. So much love again to the Inky Black team. They are putting together my merch store, and then we will also be doing our Discord. I'll share that with you in a little bit, but here you go, folks. All right, folks. So I wait for my guest to join me. He's having a moment or two, but the reason I pulled this up before we went live, because I wanted to see how the chat filter is working today. So I've actually changed it up a little bit. So there you go. Now the chat filter again, you guys can see it in here, and I'm going to change it again. Probably tomorrow. I'm just messing around with it, but I wanted to change how the position is, how big it is, so you guys, yes, how big it is, of course. Plus I need to also see how to bring in the comments while that's going on there as well. So there you go. Look at that. Nice, neat. This is the awesomeness of what Ecamm Live can actually do. So it is almost very similar to you other streamers who are watching, very similar to OBS, but oh my God, it's a hell of a lot easier. So there you go. And yes, Russ will be here. We got him coming on. And thank you, Jordan. Jordan is also another great content creator. And yes, I thought he was backstage. Well, I was trying to get him backstage. So we're having a issue here trying to connect, but that's okay. That's the fun part about it. We'll go back to our LinkedIn here. You guys get me full screen, right? You get a lot of, don't just get a little bit of me, you get a lot of me. So, plus again, pulling back the curtain, the lighting seems a little bright tonight because I'm rearranging. I'm actually getting a new desk tomorrow, and it will help with the whole setup. So I am very, very, yes. So I'm very, very thrilled to be getting my desk. It will help me maximize my space. And then of course it will help me organize how the stream setup is. So tomorrow, going to be awesome. I'm a lot of me. Yes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, folks, but if you do get a lot of me, sometimes my kids get enough of me. So I guess you can say there's a lot of me, and then my ex as well. So that's okay. It's a joke, folks. Joke. Take it easy. Not being real. Okay. But yes, but we will be having on again, my guest. We're waiting for him to show up. But until then, we will kind of touch on a few things that I've been noticing that's going on LinkedIn. So, have you guys have been seeing that there's been this is why I'm excited to have Kevin on the show Wednesday, because he has his ear to the ground of LinkedIn. And yeah, I know we're streaming to other platforms, but LinkedIn, of course, where are all the comments coming from, where are all the majority of the folks here, they are my LinkedIn folks. And he's got his ear to the ground with a lot of the new features that are coming out. And so I think one of them that has been mentioned, and I don't know if it's actually out there. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't tried it, but there's another one. She will be on the show soon enough. But thank you for tuning in, Yasmin. But audio events for company pages. So if you have a company or business page set up now, you can actually now, I believe, stream an audio event as a company page. So if you want to do something on the professional or corporate side that has to deal with, your brand and everything else, now you're going to be able to do that through your company page. So if you don't want to put on, for example, a audio room under your profile, you wanted to do it with, say, and I don't know if it has the features where it'll let you or someone else kind of control who sets up the audio event. That would be cool, but I don't know how that works yet. I haven't been doing much audio. Oh, okay. Well, we're getting a phone call, and I believe our guest of the hour is here. So let's get him assigned, and then let's go ahead and I want to give him a few moments to, again, you got to always set the mood, folks. You just can't, this would be like live streaming without foreplay. So you got to enjoy the moment, take your time, let it be brief, and then kind of go from there. So, get him a little bit of his feet under him. So yes. And ladies, love that you guys are here in the comments. So, you know what? I think we might be ready to. Oh, Rich, thank you for tuning in. Rich was another one that I connected with in Dennis's audio event. So, again, he does his Web3 audio event every day here on LinkedIn. If you don't tune in, go tune it in. Go check out Friday's show on the replay. You can check it out on our YouTube page. And it was a great conversation. I'm pretty sure I'll have him back on. But thank you, Rich, for tuning in. So, without any further ado, folks, let's bring in the man of the hour, our guest, none other than, let's see, hold on, let me bring him in, Mr. Russ Johns. So here we go. We will bring him in. Okay. And make sure, got him there. Okay, here he goes, folks. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, let me set him up. Here it is. Ta-da! There he is. There's the man, folks. He's here. We got an applause. Give applause for the man. He's here. The man of the hour, Mr. Russ Johns. Thank you so much for, first of all, coming on the show. I do appreciate it, as always.
And absolutely.
As
I'm here. I've been running since about 2:00 today.
No worries. That's what I said. Take your time.
And I'm just going, holy cow. and so, anyway, thank you, Gabe. Thank you. Great to see you on, especially using the Ecamm beta. So
yes. So we are actually. So this is just the regular Ecamm. So the beta.
Okay.
Here's my problem with the beta. Right.
Okay.
I love Ecamm. The beta problem is you cannot bring in the LinkedIn comments. So the only way for me to bring them in is to, again, use Restream as a RTMP to bring this in through Ecamm, and boom, I can still bring in the comments, and I can still do fancy stuff like what you're seeing on the screen, or hopefully you're seeing on the screen. I think I changed the layout so that you could see the broadcast.
There's right. Jordan, always blessed to see you. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I see, this is me learning what Ecamm was and how to use it, actually. So the first week, But the first week, I didn't go into my settings and change them over, so all that the guests could see was just my camera. So they weren't actually seeing the conversation that was on the screen. I was going, "Why? What the hell is going on?" I can't. So I had to go actually watch a tutorial from Adrian Salisbury who talked about the preferences, and
Adrian's awesome. Yeah.
yes, he is. And I saw that I was not um, having my preferences set right. So that's where I was like, "Dag nabbit." The whole first week, all those guests, I shortchanged them, but it was fun.
It was
Again,
fun.
that's the whole part about getting on the first week underneath you. I mean, it's a little bit different um, using the new software too, because this was like still very new to me. So I've been using for a long time, and I've used things like OBS before. I've
Yeah.
run virtual cams. I've done all these other sort of practices, but this is for me the first time of like using what I can actually do with Ecamm Live. And again, I'm a big proponent of what it can do and how you can actually use it. Um, because again, I can always change layouts. So if I don't want to go to this one, I go, hey, here we are. Look, there's the pirate the syndicate. We got
Pirate
all,
Syndicate.
yeah, we got everything. We got our LinkedIn. I got my, again, this is what's cool, folks, that you, so is there a way to slow them down, to throttle them? If there is, I have not figured it out yet, Sherry. But the moment that I do, trust me, there are nights where, again, especially like in the first week, we had, I had like 700 comments, and it was just insane, especially when me trying to figure out how to use Ecamm and bring in all the comments. So I'm pretty sure there is. I'll figure it out, and then from there, I'll kind of know how to use it, and I can actually um, put it inside of my stream deck. That way I can just hit the button and go from comment to comment, slow it down or not slow it down. So however that
Control
works,
it.
control it however
Control it.
that is. So
Yeah.
yeah. So man,
How soon? How soon do you think they're going to get the LinkedIn comments in, or release the beta?
so I
Have you
think
seen
I
any?
think I think they're gonna take. It's gonna take another, because they've changed the beta a few times already.
Uh-huh.
Because there were bugs and things that they kind of do. So the two gentlemen that actually that own Ecamm, Ken and Glenn,
The twins.
the twins, they actually like do the coding and they do stuff like that inside of it themselves. So they go back and they change stuff all the time. So I think since they've released this new beta with the multi-streaming, they've kind of changed it at least two other times that I know of. So I think they want to get the bugs worked out, and then it just depends on when LinkedIn wants to give them the ability to open up the API so they can get the return comments, and they're kind of like what
Yeah.
Restream and all the other ones do. So
They're
um,
the Ecamm community are just like a lot of like the community around StreamYard too.
yeah,
They're
that's
very friendly, very active. Willing to help. Everybody there has always been more than more than willing to answer questions or provide feedback.
yeah,
So it's really
absolutely.
great.
So this is what I love about what I'm also doing with Ecamm. So I can always say, you know what, I don't like the way that is, and I'll go move this up here. There you go.
Yeah.
Log it in. It's out of the way. Now I get to see all of Russ. Ta-da! This is the fun part, folks. At least for us as creators and tech nerds, and well, the hashtag stream nerds. So you guys that were watching earlier, all you streamers in there, you need to start using that hashtag. So Mr. Billy Thorpe, you need to use it.
Hey, Billy.
Travis, when you stream,
Travis.
when
Yes.
you guys get in there and stream,
Christopher.
you guys need to use that hashtag stream nerd to let me know that you are a stream nerd. And of course, we know who you are. You stick out like a sore thumb. So go ahead and just own it, live it, breathe it, be who you are, be who
Own
you're
it.
meant to be.
Own it, everyone. Own it.
So how have you been doing? That's the whole reason for us to even start having these conversations, is that um, like I know you've been doing a lot of behind the scenes production work. So how's
Yeah.
that been going for you, as far as like going from mostly being in front of the camera for 500 plus episodes to now kind of operating behind the camera and being in that space?
The it's different, as you know.
Yeah.
It's much different, and I think one of the things that I've learned is how to optimize a few new processes, because my goal has always been to see what I can do to actually learn a few more tips or you know solutions that I can actually optimize things. And I think no shortcuts. Everybody that's done live streaming and everybody that's done any kind of content creation like you and I have, you understand more than anyone what it's like to do a daily show, to do the grind, do the newsletter.
I'm back doing it
That was.
again.
Are you doing it again?
Yeah, so well, not the newsletter, but the everyday show. So that's the whole reason
Yeah.
behind Unfiltered. I'm doing it 100 episodes Monday through Friday, so I'm back at the grind of doing every
So you're going to do
every
100 shows.
100 shows. Yes.
Okay. So you do have a time limit on it,
So
though.
I do have a time. This time I did put like two stakes in the ground and said, "Here's start point, and here's end point. This is where I want to get to." So I do have that at least in mind as far as like strategy. But there you go.
And here's one of the things that I believe is going to be true is that there's a lot of agencies out there, Gabe, that don't have the resources, the talent that need to start thinking about that because live streaming isn't going away. Podcasting isn't going away. Content creation isn't going away. I still have some business owners saying, well, I don't know how to really, measure the ROI on this. Well, you know how many billions of dollars Coke sells just to be top of mind?
Mm-hmm.
It's awareness, it's visibility, it's so you can actually be seen, be heard, and be talked about and have conversations. It's a lot easier to have conversations with people when they see you online and they know that you're sharing valuable information and you have an opportunity to help them do what they need to do or what their goals are and what they define as success. And it's really up to us to define how we provide that. And I think live streaming is one of the quickest, easiest ways to provide real information really quick. And so why not help more people help more people? That's my mindset for the year is I want to help more people. Just like with the kindness crew, you signed up for the kindness crew
Yep.
and it's a simple thing. However, behind the scenes, it takes a little bit of effort to put that stuff together. And the more effective I can get at that, and the more effective and supportive I can be to the community, then it's going to be better for everyone because we can actually have the opportunity to learn these things, share these things, and develop these things further. So, to answer
Mm.
your question, um, it's just different. I like the show. I was burnt out on the show. Truth be told, I was fried. I was lost in a way. Let's get unfiltered here. I was
Yes.
at a point where I didn't really I wasn't in the show. I was doing the show, but I wasn't in the show. And it was just like, okay, well, why am I doing this? I mean, yes, I had conversations and it developed into business and I have a whole system for doing that. However, it wasn't me. It was like, okay, I'm just doing this for the algorithm. It's like I don't want to do that. I don't want to go there. So let's figure out another way to do that. So reset, you know, take a break, put it out there, and figure something else out. So that's what I've been working on. And I think more than anything, uh, rather than live streaming, it's about audience growth. It's about building awareness. It's about building visibility and building community. And you're familiar with the whole process of doing that. You go away, you run away, and you take a break, and immediately, you know, people forget. I mean,
Yeah.
they go on to do something else, and that's you know the nature of life.
Right.
So
Right. And that's hey, and that's again, you get to a point where it's about thinking about your well being and how it's great to be a part of these communities. It's great to be able to build something. It's great to kind of have a business and things to kind of operate on. But then there's a part of you that also has to kind of maintain who you are and what your balance is. You know, that's a hard thing to do when you're doing. It's a hard thing to do when you're trying to do a show and then produce for other people. Then you're trying to maintain everything, and of course, just the natural course of life itself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hard part. It's like, again, you got things going on in your life, so again, um, one point you were still taking care of your mom and dad.
I'm
Oh,
still
it's
taking care of
your
mom and
mom,
my
yeah,
sister.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that whole part is still sort of you know part of the everyday function of trying to just operate as a person in life. And
Yeah.
then, of course, what you're doing here as a content creator, and what you're trying to do as a producer, and what all these other things that the people don't understand, is kind of stack one on top of the other on top of the other. It's a lot of weight, it's a lot of burden, and sometimes, you know what, you don't want to carry it. You just want to not have to think about it at times.
I just want the pause button.
Yeah. That's all you want, just for a little
Just
bit.
put me on the pause button. Just okay, give me a break for a little bit. Just take a pause and just check out for a bit.
Yeah, and that's a
And
big,
it's not always possible, you know. It's not always possible.
you
However,
know
you got to do what you can with what you have, right?
right. And but the thing is, though, you you still have to find a way to put that mindset and that and putting those things in your life, because it can, um what happens when you don't, exactly, Sherry. So what happens when you start spinning, right? Start following things, start kind of getting out of control a little bit, right? And then you're forced to deal with it,
Yeah.
or as opposed to kind of voluntarily putting those things. That's why I said I'm putting myself in there, and I'm saying, you know what, for these next 4.5 months, I'm going to work really hard. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing lots of shows, creating a lot of content, putting myself out there, and then once the year ends, I'm walking away. I'm taking 3 months off. I'm going to reinvigorate myself and take that time to be away from it all. I think that's probably the fatal flaw that I've learned about doing live streaming and doing this sort of deal. Especially, this is my fourth iteration of doing a show, is to
Mm-hmm.
understand, to actually think about it and incorporate it into what I'm doing, instead of just saying, I'm going live every day. I don't know when I'm going to stop. I don't, I have no idea just however long I'm going. Um, so, yes. uh, no, no, no. It's all right. Russ will enjoy a good joke, Dan.
I
So,
enjoy good jokes,
so
so
yes, because he
have at it.
have at it. But that's the whole point. That's the whole purpose of, like, where we as creators, you know, there's a give and take, where we have to understand, like, right now I'm giving too much. I need to take back. So if it's your time, I need to take back some of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, again, it's not. You can step away from this all, folks. This is the lesson. You can step away from this all, and if you've built really good people, a really good network, and a really great community, those people will be waiting for you when you come back.
Yeah. Look
You
at
know?
this. See this?
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
lost an eye.
Yeah.
I didn't lose an eye.
It didn't lose an eye.
I didn't lose an eye.
you know, but
I survived it all
uh,
summer long. I survived it not streaming.
right, all of a sudden, how to make it back? And here's another thing that, for not just this, not just goes into live streaming, but in content creation in general, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, you feel sometimes that when you're doing it, like, as live streamers, we've talked about this on a live stream, right?
Mhm.
We find a rhythm sometimes, right? A really good rhythm, especially when you're doing something like this. But then there's a point where that rhythm escaped Alcatraz. Well, but here's the thing. Sorry, I lost the train of thought for a sec, folks. But no, here's where I was going. Okay, when you're creating content, right? You're constantly pulling from ideas and thoughts and creativity all the time, and thinking, I have to make content, I have to create content. There's things that I have to do that are, um, because I am a quote unquote creator. I have to find a way to put this stuff out on the platform, and I have, or again, people lose the idea of the FOMO and get scared. And hello, Monique, thank you for tuning in. But we get burned out. That's what one of the part of it's where we start feeling the idea of burning out our ideas, and all the other shit that we have to think about, apart
Yeah.
from just trying to create content, right? Our lives, and how to manage things, and bills getting paid, and the whole 9 yard, man, the whole 9 yards. Hey, Fulgens, thank you for tuning in. Great show. You guys had it a little bit earlier. Um, but you know, man, this for me. This is where I hope that I see a lot of other creators understand it about themselves and go,
Yeah.
I have to take time for me. I have to take time to kind of again let the paint dry, whatever it is you want to call it, and then look back at what you did, observe what you've done, because you have done something, you have created something, and then, um, look at it and then say, okay, decide whether or not do I want to continue to create that, or do I think it'd probably be better um, to do something else. I mean, so that's why I like to see people when I've talked to other creators, like if your ambition is to step behind the camera, to actually head in that direction, or if it is to kind of manage a social media agency, or if it's to kind of go out as a solopreneur and start creating courses, that sort of deal. So all that stuff there, I mean, you got to look at it from that perspective of I got to figure that out and taking the time to step away. I mean, my buddy Travis here, he's a good example.
Yes, Travis.
He just finished his season for his Friday night live streams. Very popular, wildly popular. People show up there in high numbers, getting high engagement. But you got to know there's a limit to that, right? Just because those things are, hey, Albin, just because those things are there, and Dan, we'll get to that question in just a bit. Okay, we'll get to that in just a minute. I started your comments, so I can come back to it, and I know it's not a joke, but um, Bill, guys, thank you so much for all being here. But what I was saying is that he ended his season, and he's learning to take a time that to step away, right, and to
Hmm.
figure out like if I want to come back and have a revamped idea, or if maybe it's time to move on. So you got to reevaluate those things. So like, what are some of the things you have going on like in your mind as far as like either getting back on the horse? Have you decided to even get back on the horse, or is there anything in mind that was like, you know what, maybe um, I approach it a little bit different if I decide to come back?
Yeah, that's a great question. And one of the things that also, how do I play Pirate Syndicate on Crypto? When you find out, Dan, I want to know because that would
Yes.
be awesome. Um, yes, in reflecting, Gabe, over the summer, I've come up with a couple of epiphanies. Number one is one of the things that I've always attempted to do, but I really haven't stated it, is around audience growth. And, live streaming is a good way to grow a community. Would you agree with
Yeah.
that?
Yes. 100%.
Okay, so if we agree on that that promise of growing an audience with live streaming, then we also could say, well, podcasting is probably another tool that we can use for growing an audience. And the third leg of that stool is video in general. I think video in general is a good uh, media to use in growing audience, and that's why I'm certified dub trainer. And so with dub, live streaming, and podcasting, that kind of gives me the three stools of the bench here to actually talk about audience growth, put courses together. So I've created two out of three courses. I've created the mini course for live streaming from the Pirate Syndicate. I've created. I'm almost ready to launch the one from Love My Dub in and I got a call with Ruben tomorrow with Dub, and so that's going to be. I have the domain lovemydub.com, which I'll be doing another top of the funnel with a 6-day mini course that I'll be teaching how to work with Dub, how to create campaigns, and some of the elements that you can use to launch your build awareness, book calls, get leads, all of that stuff. And then the third one is one that I had started back in 2013, 2014 is Podcast Your Brand. And so Podcast Your Brand has always been about teaching people how to podcast because I've taught at Podcast Movement, I taught workshops, I've taught at university, and that's what brought me into live streaming was podcasting. So those three elements coming together, and then continuing to teach and share, and then put together some not maybe live streams, but recorded videos that come up with a problem and a solution back to kind of the 2 minute tips concept, and then solving a problem that a lot of people continue to ask questions about. Answer the question, state the problem, state the solution, and drop it in so people can take action on a single opportunity, a single challenge, and resolve it as soon as possible. So it's that problem solution episode.
Hmm.
And then in between that, what I'm going to do is go like live last night, Sunday night special. I went live last night and, just chatted about things. And I'll probably bring other people on board, like yourself, to be able to talk about some of the subjects that we're talking about right now and expand on it. And with that, doing the courses, doing the problem solution, building awareness about the courses, nurturing those communities, and then doing live streams to top it off. Um, to me, that brings balance. So it's really about bringing all of those elements into play, and then helping more people help more people. Okay.
Hmm. That is amazing, folks. So, um, and again, you have an objective in mind, right? And you still want to remain active. And it's not as crazy as saying I have to take on what you did prior. I mean, it helped you build out a lot, but again, you know, it is difficult, folks. I'm going to tell you, it's difficult to go and do a live Monday through Friday for 100 episodes, not 500 plus. So, so
I looked in my YouTube, and I have over 1,000 episodes of different combinations of live streams. So,
yeah. Well, and that's again when when it's all said and done, and this is I talk about this, and I was
mhm.
actually watching DJ show earlier. So DJ's actually behind. I don't know if you can see, but
Yeah.
that's the interview you guys did a couple months back. But the thing that I was talking about was that she was mentioning legacy, and I was like, that's part of like what we've done as creators. That's kind of our legacy, is all those videos and all the traction and all the wonderful conversations that you've had and all the people that you've gotten to know over the time, people that have either come and gone or people that have become, um, you know, close bonds, or just people who've found working relationships with. I mean,
Hmm.
all of those things are very meaningful, and they all go back to how this actually started with us, doing live streaming. Um, so I mean, I think going back to that and wanting to do it again, um, just maybe not to the same extreme, is a good thing. Um, and I know, believe me, I know ourselves. I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Lori, thank you for stopping in. And let's
Yeah.
see, what do you call it? Possibly Guy Fieri. And Britt, yes, that was a good one. He said, "We're gonna bring in a little bit of humor. Did you hear about the cross-eyed
Circumcisionist.
circumcisionist? He got sacked. Yes, thank you so much. So, Lori, we're throwing up jokes. If you have any blonde jokes, throw them up in there as well. So, but that again, whenever whenever we go back and talk about like what we do, um, as not only just as creators but as peoples, like we do have an objective of wanting to help folks. I mean,
Hmm.
that's what it comes down to in the end, is that we get something out of it ourselves, but we do want to help other people, like kind of how to figure out how to do this. And we've kind of, again, it's almost like planting a tree, right? You start building some of these strong roots, and then you start seeing some of these people that you've helped start going out there and branching off and start doing it to other people, and it kind of builds again a very beautiful place where people can go back and see where a lot of this has started. And you know what, again, you're part of my roots, of how I got started, and then like seeing like the interview back there, which while I was playing it, because like seeing you and DJ have that interview, she's part of it's part of her roots and how she got into live streaming and how this has got started. And I'm enjoying seeing other people take those same sort of steps and put
Hmm.
themselves out there. And it's again, it's just why I always talk about it and say why getting on video can become um, amazing. It can change your life. It can change everything about how you go out there and connect with people, how you build, like you said, a community, right? I mean, people see you and they get to know you and they go, I know
Yeah.
who Russ Johns is. I would love to be a part of this community. I've seen what he does and what he's about. So glad that you're doing that though, man. That's
Well,
awesome.
and if you want to join the kindness crew, it's wide open for anyone in North America. You can just text yes to 602 Just throw a little pitch in there. So
Mm.
you can
So,
actually do that. And, or if you want to do, I got a link that I could send you also for the kindness crew if you're looking for email as well.
oh, okay,
If you
folks.
want, if
Here,
you want that.
yeah, we can drop that in the. We can definitely drop that in the chat if anybody wants to connect and join the kindness crew, or either doing it through email. So I love that this is this. Look, this is. I love that this is part of the culture of what I create here with my community. Is that I get so many people come here and they hopefully they get a really good conversation, but they also get to enjoy the shenanigans of even Jordan is coming here with a wonderful yes. So yes, thank you again, Raquel. Raquel's been an awesome supporter, and
Yes.
yes, you come in and I'll join. There you go, Lori. Go join the kindness crew. And Dan, you're just so Dan is actually going to be on not this week, next week, I believe on the 31st. So he's got his day coming in the hot seat. We're gonna
Awesome.
we're gonna put him in the hot seat and to see if we can bring in some jokes on from him and when we're actually having a conversation. And so maybe I'll get him to prepare and say, hey, bring jokes with you. We're gonna do some jokes, and
Prepare
and
prepare the jokes.
prepare the jokes. And then Britt, I gotta have on as well, Mr. Britt Crawford. He's a an accountant. Well, he goes by the funny accountant. Tells a lot of dad jokes and has a really great TikTok account. So go check him out as well. I do edit a lot of his videos. It's because I find them funny. There's it's fun to it. It's again, So, but yes, please go join and um, uh,
Yep. My goal is to reach a million people with this
oh, Dan,
kindness crew.
believe me, we get to haze you anyway. So even if it's pre-recorded, we're gonna be We're gonna haze you. So you're gonna have to watch
Yeah.
people drop joke after joke. So I will be monitoring that. So, but if you want to check it out, and you want to join the kindness crew, the link is in the comments. It's an actual hyperlink that you can go copy and paste and go head over
It's
there
actually
and
in the
sign up.
show.
So if you want to go connect over there, please, please, please do. It's a wonderful community. I just signed up myself. And again, I've known this man for now going on um, 3.5, going on 4 years, and um, my journey
Have I
parallels
ever
his.
steered you wrong, Gabe? Have I
No,
ever
not
steered you wrong?
not all the time. That's a joke. We're joking. We're joking. But yes, we again love to talk about and build out community because this is what it's all about. So,
Yeah.
and there you go, folks. So text
Get
yes,
involved. Get excited.
get excited, and this is the fun part about it is that everybody here that comes and shows up here on the regular gets to be a part of really great people and gets to join our conversation because they are integrated in our conversation. So we allow them to be part of the show itself. That's the fun part about it. Oh no,
No, Dan.
not quite. But the
Yeah.
but the beard is taking a long time to get there. And what's been cool? Look, I'm gonna mention this. What's been cool is I think I've had one two, three, four people with awesome beards already on the show,
Thanks, Sherry.
and I have two
Love
more.
you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sherry, for hopping in. I do appreciate it. And I got another two more guests that have really awesome beards coming in the show this week. So Dan Mott will be here tomorrow. He's got a beard, and then of course, if you don't know who Kevin D. Turner is, he's got a very luxurious
Kevin
beard.
Kevin D. Turner's awesome as well. Yeah.
So they're coming on the show this week. We're gonna talk a lot of LinkedIn, and yeah, Dan, you're falling short, man. You're falling short. There's one shortcoming about Dan Roth. He will not be one of those. So there you go, folks. If you're looking for something to tether onto, like you're looking for the Achilles heel of Dan Roth, I just found it. He doesn't have a beard. So
He doesn't have a
he
beard.
doesn't have a beard. He doesn't have one. So I don't know what to say about that. But but one more thing before we get close to wrapping up,
Yeah.
that I wanted to ask.
It went so fast though.
It has. This is what I said. So I'm paring it down to 45 minutes. And I don't know how I was going to ask you about that. How did you able to kind of acclimate to doing 30-minute shows? And well, actually it's actually less than 30 minutes because you did have an intro and outro. So let's just say it was 27
20
minutes and,
minutes.
yeah, 22 minutes and change, 24 minutes and change. How did you acclimate to doing that and still getting a lot of really great questions, really great value, really great information out of your guests? Because I'm still learning from you, because I'm still learning how to do 45 minutes, and that is a struggle for me. So
Well, hats off to you, man. Hats off to you. And the reason I did it is in 30 minutes is I had done a radio show before that, so I was used to the radio and the commercials and the cutouts and everything that went along with that. So just knowing and pacing and knowing what's up on the screen, and just knowing what to do to wrap up, and hopefully manage the guest to the degree that I could. Uh, it's always a choice. It's always a chore. It's always there's always challenges, and you just have to be aware of what the time is, and just to get your
man,
points out and collect them. So
man, I'm trying. Believe me.
practice, practice, Gabe,
Well,
practice.
hopefully I'm six. I am 6 shows in, and we are getting better at like managing time frames and how to get down to where we need to be. So like I'm keeping a track right now. I'm at 49 minutes, um, which is
Oh, we got
great.
to shut it down.
Which is great for me. Believe me. I think Friday I did 52. I had one show where I actually hit it right on the 45 marker. So I'm really trying to push it to get to that point of um, getting there. And I do want to ask if you have anything else that you would like to share or promote before we get out of here, and just say hello to, and say good evening to all these wonderful people who are here to
Yeah,
help
I
support
just
you.
I just want to give Gabe a shout out. We've been friends for a long time. We've been in and out of the game. Growing things, breaking things apart, learning things, and making sure that things are making a difference, and helping more people help more people. So hats off to you, Gabe. And if anyone wants to connect, you can always book a call, bookruss.com. So super simple, super active. And actually just talked to Garen Blaney earlier today. So
Oh,
super
yes.
simple. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on him to book his time on the show. So I guess whenever he's ready, we will get him on. But um, hopefully we can get something lined up. He's got the invite, just waiting on him to
Well, and thank you so much
say,
for the flexibility tonight. I know family kicked in, so
oh,
I
no
appreciate
worries. Not
I
at all.
appreciate it, and hopefully we can do it again sometime
Yes, that will actually be
and
wonderful.
return the
So,
favor.
return exactly. So, thank you, Russ. Sit tight just for a second. Everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me go ahead and talk to you guys real quickly about our show tomorrow. Again, Unfiltered Live. We will have on our guest, Mr. Dan Mott. Look at that smile. He's got his nice little beard on. Awesome. Again, we will be talking about LinkedIn selling, how he's used that to help entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. And then we'll talk about all his fun stuff too, because he plays Dungeons and Dragons, video games. He's got just so much going on here. So he will be our guest tomorrow evening. So hopefully you guys tune in 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we will launch like we're supposed to. But again, I want to appreciate everybody here for tuning in to the show. Of course, you guys again are wonderful, and I always appreciate you guys. Always. Oh, let me go back here. Let me go to our other. Oh, let me turn this off. Sorry, folks. Let me go back to my other overlay. Here we go. Oh, what was going on? Oh no. Let me tune this off. There we go. Figured it out. Okay. So we will be back tomorrow evening, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again, guys. Always, always, always such a pleasure. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Alvin. Yolanda, thank you for tuning in. Jacob Sheward. You missed everything good, Jacob Sheward. Shame on you. Shame. Shame, Jacob Sheward. You missed it all. You missed a lot of good jokes. There was a lot of great fun time. So thank you for missing out, buddy. I know you'll be here tomorrow, though. But again, tune in, guys. If you want to go connect again to the Kindness Crew, you can go to the website there, click on it, connect to the Kindness Crew. Also text 60 yes to 602-830-5555. Connect with Mr. Russ Johns. He is an awesome, awesome individual. And yes, I missed a part, but I'll catch more this week. I'm glad you did. So thank you again, Benita, for tuning in, and every single one of you for tuning in, guys. You are such beautiful people, and again, the lifeblood of what I get to do here. So until tomorrow evening, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Stay blessed, stay cool, be well. We'll get through this together. So till then, bye, everybody.